The well voice right here because I don't want to hear any of these people. They look ridiculous. I have a buddy who was a former police chief. He looks like fucking JBL. All right, everybody, welcome to Hardcore Wrestling Radio's coverage of Survivor Series for pre-coverage. I think that's easy to say, pre-coverage. We will be talking real quick because we are on the pre-show. We're on the pre-show, but we are gonna do our quick little talking. We're talking back and forth. It's me and the guys here, and I'm gonna introduce them. First of all, he is the boss of HWR, the man himself. He is the one and only Rick Head. Rick, welcome to our pre-show.
I got my food ready, and hopefully I'll be able to keep it down by watching this pay-per-view.
Yeah, it's going to be something. We are currently right now. WWE does have the live backstage stuff available on free on YouTube and on Facebook. You can see that. I shared the link on HWR chat room in the group section on Facebook, so you can check that out. Let me introduce the other. Already we're getting follows. He is the one and only incomparable one. What are you? The Tuesday Night Warrior. He is the
me and Zoe. Yes, we are.
There we go. He is the one and only Lance Moss. Lance, how are you?
Finishing up my dinner, but so I'm doing pretty good before I tuck in some adult beverages.
We're gonna need that. We are definitely going to need that tonight.
Yeah.
You know what? We are gonna talk real fast. We have 30 minutes, and then we will talk about the pay-per-view afterwards. It is so far, Rick. I'm gonna run through a couple of the matches, and I just put that shit away. We're gonna discuss WWE's Survivor Series, and again, you can watch that on the WWE Network for Lance.
$9.99.
Now we don't get a.
And you're paying $9.98, way too much.
Yeah. I would go back to. I would love to go back to AEW's pay per view, but we're not. We're stuck with this tonight. The guys and us, we're shooting the shit, so basically talking about everything about wrestling. We're gonna do a quick little pick. So Zoe is not here, the Vicious Vixen from Kentucky's Own Wrestling, but she'll be joining us again soon, hopefully. Like I said, hopefully she will be part of our little group. We were talking about the stars of today. WWE. Let's just limit this to WWE. The WWE's first Survivor Series had a lot of action in there, and I'm going to go look this up real fast, Rick, and we will be. Let's see here. I'm going to Wikipedia the Survivor Series right now, and we're going to talk about the original Survivor Series. This was the original Survivor Series. This was teams of 5 strive to survive, and it wasn't big matches. They had a good amount, and let me start it off with the first one. The first match of that was Brutus Beefcake, Jake the Snake Roberts, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, and the team captain Macho Man Randy Savage. Oh yeah, with Miss Elizabeth. Taking on the team of Dangerous Danny Davis, Harley Race, Hercules, Outlaw Ron Bass, and the team captain, the Honky Tonk Man, both with Bobby Heenan and Jimmy Hart. Rick, do you remember the first ever Survival Series?
Oh, God, it's been 30 years. I do vaguely remember some stuff. I do remember the feud between the Hunky Tonk Man and the Macho Man. As far as a lot of the other stuff in general, I don't remember how the match went down. I don't remember who won. But then again, I was also eating turkey. And again, that's when excuse me, Survivor Series. It was on Thanksgiving. It was on a Thursday. Now WWE, unfortunately, every time have to have it on a Sunday. But
Yeah, and this was back then. We're talking about 1987. This was only 4 pay-per-views per year. It was the Royal Rumble. The SummerSlam will not debut until the following year. So you had SummerSlam. Excuse me. You had Royal Rumble, which wasn't a real concept yet. The winner did not meet the champion at the end. They developed that later. Then you had WrestleMania, of course, and then you had the little bit of shows in the middle. So, and it wasn't really the Saturday night's main event kind of filled those up. Lance, let's go to you. Do you remember the Survival Series, that 1987?
Well, Joe, there's a little bit of a problem there. I would have been about 9 months old.
Well, do you remember seeing it afterwards?
Well, yeah, when I went back and did my homework in the video stores, yes, I do.
Okay, let's go with that. Lance just made me feel fucking old, folks. Go ahead. Go ahead, Lance. So what were your opinions back when you first saw this?
Well, back then, up until relative, at least, well, since pretty much the last 20 years, it had become one of my favorite of the big four because, like I said, I do not like the whole tag thing. But something about the way they worked the actual Survivor Series matches, I guess because it was quick in and outs. Well, instead of God help us get over with tag match.
I agree, and plus I think almost everybody was in a storyline.
Yeah.
So that kind of helped carry the story. It kept the pay-per-view going. Because
one thing I did always like, the concept of at the end of the night, everybody gets in one ring and dukes it out and see who the sole survivor of Survivor Series is.
Now, for that came in years later, so that was because they had lack of people. I think that was the 1989 Survival Series, or 1990, I believe it was. Because they had to do that for the Ultimate Warrior, I believe, Hogan thing. But, yeah, that came in later.
Hold on, time out. We're actually having a Survivor Series match. It's starting right now.
Okay.
Well, I will be back in just a minute.
Okay, I don't see...
If I'm not mistaken.
Well, I see a big WWE care package that they did.
Yeah, I'm watching. Yeah, I am now watching it on the on their YouTube channel. It looked as if it was starting.
Well, they had a thing with Jimmy Uso, so I think that's... But it was not anything...
Oh, never mind. I apologize. Yeah, they were just advertising it.
Yeah.
So, but go ahead, Joe. I apologize.
Oh, no. That's why I was wondering. I'm like, are we looking at the same thing? But,
we are looking at the same thing, but I think I'm a little bit ahead of you.
All right, well, I'm going to breeze right through the other matches they had. This is the inaugural. Again, this is the 1987 inaugural Survivor Series. You had team captain Fabulous Moolah, the Jumping Bomb Angels, Hamazaki and Tateno. You had Rockin' Robin, who is the sister of Jake the Snake Roberts. Velvet McIntyre 1 team. You had Dawn Marie Johnston, not to be confused with Dawn Marie from ECW. Donna Cristatello, the Glamour Girls, Leilani Kai and Judy Martin, which I feel Mandy Moore and what was the other blonde could be a tag team. And the Tear Team captain was Sensational Sherry, managed by Jimmy Hart. Again, Fabulous Moolah team won when the Jumping Bomb Angels defeated the Glamour Girls. In that last, the other mountain with the Macho Man Randy Savage, match ended 24 minutes. The survivors were Randy Savage, Ricky Steamboat, and Jake the Snake Roberts. So that goes to show you. Tag team. This was one, I gotta say, in 1987, one of the best tag team divisions in wrestling next to the NWA or WCW. tag teams were a big thing, Rick, in the WWF at that time. In 1987, we had the British Bulldogs, Dave Boy Smith, Dynamite Kid, the Killer Bees, B. Brian Blair, say that fucking fast without being drunk, and Jim Brunzell, the Fabulous Rougeau Brothers, Jacques and Raymond, tag team champions at that time, Strikeforce, Rick Martel and Tito Santana, the Young Stallions of Jim Powers and Paul Roma. Wait a minute. Did R-Truth just bring the gobbledygooker?
The gobbledygooker, well, I can give you a bit of a spoiler, Joe. The gobbledygooker is now the 24/7 champion.
Yeah, but that ain't the original costume.
Oh, wait.
No, it's not. It's a facelift.
Oh, wait a minute. There we go.
I just caught it out the corner of my eye as we were going through history there.
All right. Well, first here live on HWR, the gobbledygooker that first appeared in the 1987 Survivor Series.
Because apparently Gory Guerrero pissed off Vince.
Yeah. Apparently, the gobbledygooker just pinned R-Truth to be... Look, you notice that they stopped chasing each other, right?
Yeah.
They say, this way, go out this way.
You know, the funny thing is, what Lance just said, he goes, the reason why, because, Vince McMahon got pissed off. The only time Vince McMahon doesn't get pissed off at a wrestler is either if they're making huge amounts of money or they're licking his asshole.
Yeah, or they're not licking his asshole. That's when he gets pissed off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, he is the 24/7 champion right now. Yes, the gobbledygooker is... And you can tell this is something that's just plain set up. It'd be funny if it was an actual worker under there and can claim that he's the champion.
Yeah, and here comes a match.
Okay, we are going to start off. We got Tom Phillips, Brian Saxon, and Samoa Joe. Folks, we are going to do a quick thing here. Last match was Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant's teams. We're waiting for this match to start. But let me go for the other side. The Bolsheviks, Boris Zukov, Nikolai Volkov, Demolition Axis match. The Dream Team of Dino Bravo, Greg Valentine. Hart Foundation, Brett and Jim. Islanders, Usos, Haku and Tama. And they basically, the good guys managed to win that one. Main event was Andre the Giant's team with Butch Reed, King Kong Bunny, one-man gang, Rick Root with Bobby Heenan and Slick, defeating Bam Bam Bigelow, Don Morocco, Ken Patera, Paul Orndorff, and the one and only WWF champion Hulk Hogan at the time with Sir Oliver Humperdinck. That was the original. Those were the original. Now we're here today. This is a dual brand battle royal that we're going to start seeing here. Rick, you see Papa and Son in there. Dominic.
Oh, God.
Ray. Look, they got Jeff Hardy. They got the Hurt Club. They have, I got to look.
Angel Garza.
Ricochet. They have, oh, God, they had, like, what was it? I saw somebody else in there too. I couldn't see. But
yeah, they actually have a shitload right now.
Oh, they're packing. They're packing it in here.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna go while everybody gets into the ring. Rick, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 matches tonight. It is WWE Champion Drew McIntyre taking on Universal Champion Roman Reigns. And we have Raw Women's Champion Asuka versus Sasha Banks. New Day will take on the Street Profits. Bobby Lashley will take on Sami Zayn. 5-on-5 Women's Survivor Series. 5-on-5 Men's Survivor Series. And now this Battle Royal. On paper, Lance, this looks like a decent pay-per-view.
Yeah, but looks can be deceiving, and this is WWE.
All right. Rick, what are your thoughts?
Well, considering there's really no titles on the line, I guess you could call these dream matches, but
Yeah.
there's really no dream. The only reason why these matches are supposedly like, I guess matches people are looking forward to is because you have Raw and SmackDown as a split brands.
Yeah.
Now,
So to be honest with you, I mean, I don't think there's really gonna be. There's no real significance as to who wins or loses. This battle royal, though, honestly, for me, I'm curious to see who's gonna win. So, as funny as that is, this is probably
The first elimination. John Morrison has been eliminated thanks to Dominic. Now, again, we're looking at. We didn't say besides Hector Garza, you have. Here's a dream match. Rey Mysterio Jr. versus the clone of Ray. Who's that one?
Oh,
Kalisto.
Kalisto.
That is a dream match I would love to see. That is a match I want to see. You have Elias in there, Chad Gabriel. Let's see here. Kalisto has now been eliminated. Rick, we're looking at Apollo Crews. Look at that. Apollo Crews is in there too. I didn't.
Did you see Bobby Roode?
Bobby Roode, a returning Bobby Roode. Jeff Hardy, I hope everybody reminding him not to bring his medicine. Dolph Ziggler. Ziggler wearing some sort of ball
A
cap.
baseball hat.
I guess he doesn't give a shit.
Well, you know what? If here's a good thing for wrestlers. If they really want to get out of the company right now, just start up a Twitch account.
Yeah.
No, just mention unionizing.
Yeah, no shit. And personally,
We can ask Selena Vega about that. Ray eliminated.
Now, honestly, who do I think would win? If I have to do a pick, who do I think should win or get that push? Honestly, I have to say, honestly, I'm rooting for oh my god, I can't even think of his fucking name now. No, I like Elias. Unfortunately, he's not getting the push. Buddy Murphy.
Fondness for Dominic Mysterio.
Oh god.
God,
All
it probably will give him the win.
Okay. One Mexican was eliminated.
Olé!
Yeah. And notice they tossed him over the top, so he must have had flashbacks. So, let's see here. I am surprised. Well, there went Hector Garza. Hector Garza got a good, promising career.
I thought it was Angel Garza.
Oh, Angel Garza. I keep mixing him with the original Garza. I wonder if he's related to him.
Possibly.
Hector Garza was a wrestler, by the way, so he was in WCW and
Any relation or?
I have no clue. Maybe I can look it up, but who knows? Ricochet in there with the Hurt Club. You know what's funny? I've actually been in a battle royal during my first 2 years in the business, and man, you want to talk about chaotic shit, but it's so well planned.
But it's also legitimately the most dangerous match in wrestling.
Yes, it is. There's times you can do a lot of kabuki-ish stuff. Oh, Exploder suplex by Ricochet.
Oh, it was an exploder. It looked like it was a dragon suplex at Kenny Omega Masters.
Yeah. All right, both Hurt Club have been eliminated. Apollo Crews is still in there. Jeff Hardy, Elias, Robert Roode, Dolph Ziggler, The Miz, Dominic is in there. Shinsuke Nakamura, Chad Gable.
Oh shit, Chad Gabriel.
Yeah. At least. Now, you know what's funny? This is almost like a mini Royal Rumble. Whoa.
Yeah.
I would like to see Ziggler team with Buddy Murphy.
Didn't they team up already?
No.
Yeah.
They did?
Yeah, they teamed up already.
Huh.
Could have sworn they did.
Maybe Bobby Roode.
Oh no, never mind, never mind.
It was Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, right. You're right.
Well, Chad Murphy is eliminated. Rude eliminated.
Of course. Now, see, it's guys that if people are wondering why, how come this like, there's no good wrestling in WWE because they're getting rid of all. They look past all the good wrestlers. You have people like Dolph Ziggler. You have people like Bobby Roode.
Rick, time out. Did you guys just see what Jeff Hardy did?
I did not.
Lance, did you see that? I don't know. He tried to do a slide or he just dropped. I don't know.
I didn't catch it.
We'll have to watch the replay. We have Dominic tangling with Dolph Ziggler. And
now, I'll tell you what I am excited, a little bit pumped up
for.
For.
He's going to miss this watch.
Not this weekend, but the one after. NXT's doing War Games.
Yes.
And Ziggler's out.
Ziggler is out.
You know what? War Games is a good, I have to admit, that's probably one of the better pay-per-views. Probably of all time. Of course, it was originated by WCW.
Yeah.
AEW was supposed to do their own version. They were going to call Blood and Guts, and that was before COVID. Yeah. And unfortunately, because at the time they were just doing it in arenas, similar like a gymnasium. It was QT Marshall's gym.
Yes.
Before they moved to Daly's place. And actually, the funny thing is, there was an interesting interview by Kenny Omega, and Kenny Omega is like, it's people don't realize how hard it is to work outside, even in the hot, because it's really sweaty, and it's just the air. It's hard to breathe.
Yeah. Because
it's so muggy. And now it's winter's coming, and it's going to be completely switching. You'll be working in the freezing cold.
Yep.
Here's the thing.
There it is. Jeff Hardy just did that baseball slide, and he looked. Nobody was selling it.
Oh.
I wonder if that's intentional.
I don't know, but he did it on Elias. So he did it to, I guess, Shinsuke Nakamura, who didn't sell it.
Shinsuke Nakamura got right back up. Yeah.
So, all right, so folks, we're after this, we're going to go off the air, and then I guess Rick will do our response and reviews of the pay-per-view afterwards. But we have Jeff Hardy, Elias, Dominic, Chad Gabriel, The Miz.
God, they're going to give it to him.
If they give this to Dominic, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, they're going to give it to Baby Ray because already Buddy Murphy's gone. I didn't realize that Buddy got eliminated.
Either that or they're going to give it to The Miz.
Yeah.
No, Miz doesn't need it.
Well, if they give it to The Miz...
He didn't need Money in the Bank, but they put that on him too. So.
Well, I can see them giving it to The Miz because obviously
Chad
Otis...
Gabriel... Go ahead.
I can see Otis come down and just kind of break that up, but Chad Gabriel, everybody's kind of was backing off on him. Mini Kurt Angle, has so many bad. I don't know. I feel bad for Chad Gabriel. Excellent worker. He just eliminated, by the way, Jeff Hardy. Such a great...
The one that should have been Kurt Angle's son in the storyline.
Yes, thank you. He has that look like Little Mac from Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
Yeah.
Well, and honestly, I think that gimmick, well, not particularly the baby, like the Mac, Little Mac, everybody always likes the underdog, and I think, honestly, if Vince played it right, or WWE Creative played it right, he could be one of those underdog guys that could, go to WrestleMania. But, and obviously, yes, it would be a huge uphill battle, but I think he could have done it.
Yeah. We're seeing the yes kicks. If we're doing we're seeing the yes kicks on Dominic, but I can see Dominic
And he's
reversing.
selling it way too much. He's going to spend. Oh, no, he hit him. I thought he was going to miss because.
That's what I thought. So go ahead, Rick.
Honestly, I think Gabriel is in the wrong place. I would like to see him over at AEW. I think he's had some great technical matches. I would definitely somebody along the lines of, Sammy Guevara.
Yes.
Even Kenny Omega, I think would be a good match with. And just, a few others that really just, they seem to have a lot more technical wrestlers. Another person he would be good for doing a technical wrestling with, and some people may laugh, is Jungle Boy.
I can see that. Well, wait a minute. Beautiful belly-to-belly suplex by Chad Gabriel and Dominic. What a chain move. You go, Gabriel.
Well, that's what you call Olympian status.
Yes.
Exactly.
Now, everybody, Miz did not get eliminated. He rolled back in.
Oh, he didn't?
No, he rolled back into the ring, and then he fell. When Dominic did a kick on him, he rolled out in the bottom rope. So he is still legally in this match, in this battle royal. So we're seeing Dominic Mysterio tangling up with Chad Gabriel.
So it means the Miz will most likely win now.
Yeah.
But they're going to give these two to see, all right, let's see how these guys work together.
Yeah. I'm impressed. I got to say, I'm impressed with Ray's son. I still feel he needs to wear a mask because that face of his is just screams, kid, just like Chad Gabriel, but at least Chad got the moves.
I don't have a problem. Like I said, and, a lot of people are like, oh, you just don't like him. And it's not that I don't like him.
Of course I don't like him.
Well, no, because I didn't like the push, of course. And he got the push by winning the, this Battle Royal. Well, okay, yes, Yay! He didn't win, but still, he got the heel loss.
Yeah.
But he eliminated like a good 7 or 8 good wrestlers.
Yep.
And I'm sorry, that's the problem I have with him. He does, Dominic, it gets all these huge pushes, all these good spots.
Yep.
And
we have Derek Mama Shelton. How you doing, Derek? Thank you for commenting and liking the stream. He says, F the Miz, Chad deserves it. Lance, do you think Chad would have been better?
And I'm going to put this out there and just be flat out honest. Not a Miz guy whatsoever. So, fuck yes.
Rick, do you think this was the right choice?
Absolutely not. Don't get me wrong. The Miz is a legend, and it's just that. He, he's made his name. He's making money. He did not need this push at all. He could cash in at any time and win a title. So I don't understand the logic. Well, it's WWE logic, which has no logic at all.
They have a contract to promote a TV show that he stars in.
Yes.
There's the logic.
He can promote that show all the time. Fine, all good, hunky-dory. My problem is I don't think that Dominic should have gotten that win. I think Chad Gable should have got that win. I've been saying it from the beginning. Chad Gable should start getting pushed, but WWE, they don't know how to push the right guys. And that's the problem today with the company.
Now I'm going to throw a question to both of you guys and the folks that are listening. Derek says Miz is overrated and cries way too much. The question here is, real quick, do you think that AEW makes better use of their younger talent than WWE does? We got some promising guys in WWE, like we just saw with Chad Gabriel and others, but I think we see AEW handling newer guys much better.
Absolutely. That's not even a question with me because, you have guys like Jungle Boy now. He is wrestling with the bigger guys. And he's obviously, as we've talked about him, how he's not, huge, but he's still, he's still chiming, like honing his craft, so to speak. So for me, he's definitely moving up there. Darby Allin, phenomenal wrestler. Cody Rhodes has pushed him over. You have Chris Jericho, who pretty much has Sammy Guevara under his wing, and Chris Jericho is the type of person that will pass the torch. That is something that you don't see a lot of the big WWE wrestlers do today. They don't want to push somebody over. Now you could say, well, it's Vince or it's creative or whatever, but still, you need these younger guys to move up, and it's we got all our top guys. They're all in the spotlight, and they should start putting these guys and move them up to mid-card status or whatever. You guys have guys like Bobby Roode, Dolph Ziggler, and several other mid-carders that are, for one reason or another, just happy. Hey, look, I got a job, I got a good paycheck. Why go to another company where I may or may not get pushed?
Absolutely.
But the younger talent, I think absolutely, without a question, the WWE is definitely pushing them. The tag team division alone, you have all of these young tag teams that I've never heard of, and they're getting pushed, and they're putting on phenomenal matches. Top Flight, last Wednesday debut. These kids are 19 and 21, and even though they did lose, they put on one kick-ass match against the Young Bucks.
Absolutely. Also, Derek also agrees with you, Rick. He says Shad should go to AEW. He can get pushed more by the authorities there. All WWE cares for is Reigns, McIntyre, Orton, and The Miz. Lance, what do you think about that statement?
That
sorry,
go to AEW, or I think he should go to AEW or Japan, where his technical abilities will shine.
All right, Rick, go ahead. You were saying.
I was just agreeing with this statement altogether. Again, Chad Gable, great technical wrestler. Yes, he's just one of the smaller guys, and we know how WWE feels about the smaller wrestlers. They're never going to get a fair handshake unless, of course, the fans are over with them. And right now, with, obviously...
Guys, I'll be back in a minute.
Okay. With the COVID situation and a lot of these wrestlers and the empty fans, the fans can't chant for who they want to see. So, and that, unfortunately, right now is a huge problem with wrestlers who are trying to get over. Now it's strictly, well, Vince says, hey, I like him. I don't think, I think he's a star. You look at somebody like CM Punk. Vince McMahon, before CM Punk dropped the pipe bomb, nobody really liked him. Vince, he wasn't getting pushed that much. And then he had that one spot, and that was it. Fans started chanting, and in the documentary, I guess Vince walked up to him and says, you know what, you got me over a barrel here. He goes, you want to get that push you want, re-sign the contract and we'll give you what you want. And he got it.
Yep. And again, there's so many wrestlers that are overlooked, and this is where, again, I state that WWE is really taking, and it's funny to say it, WWE is taking a backseat to this new company. Now, this is not TNA, this is not Ring of Honor, this is not where the guy's money's going to dry up, because he is ties. His father has a lot of money, so he makes a lot of money. And Tony Khan is very, from my understanding, very vocal, loves wrestling, but he is not like Ted Turner. He's not just talks about that. He basically goes in there and says, I love the product, go ahead, you guys do it, but I want to be part of it so I know what's going on. He wants hands-on. So I think that's the difference. Vince, I think he puts other people in charge. They make the scripts. And then Rick, he rips up the script like 5 minutes before show. Anybody, including myself who was a promoter, don't do that, because if you do that, now you're throwing everybody out the window.
Absolutely. You walk into a show behind the scenes, and they already have things all set in their mind, and then all of a sudden Vince says, "Oh wait, hold on, let's just change this up." Just the storylines. It got to the point, even when I was watching the show on a regular basis, I couldn't even, make odds and ends. So, I just gave up. You have Tony Khan. Yes, okay, he is the boss. But he also hired wrestlers to do production, creative, to train other wrestlers because, he knew that, okay, yes, I'm a wrestling fan, but I really don't know wrestling. Vince, okay, back in the day, it was his baby. He ran everything from production to interviews. He was the guy with the backstage ring. He was a commentator. Everything was in his hand.
Yep.
Now, okay, while he still has control of everything, he hires all of these, soap opera creative writers who never knew the first thing about wrestling, and people can't figure out why Vince is pulling his hair out of his head.
Yeah. We've been asked to put in our prediction. We're kind of being painted in the wall here. Derek wants to know, what is our prediction for Reigns versus McIntyre? He says McIntyre. I would love to say McIntyre, but I'm going to say the tribe of the Usos will come down and get involved, and I think it's going to be a Roman Reigns thing. It's very hard because you don't want one champion looking bad. So I think this is just going to be thrown out. Rick, what do you think?
Absolutely. The way that they are doing Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, especially as they're making him a heel, we're definitely going to see Reigns get the win. Some kind of a heel win, some kind of a twist, because you don't want to see, Drew McIntyre get a clean loss. But with the WWE, if he loses clean, I'm not ruling that out 100%. I'll say right now it's about an 80% chance it's gonna be a heel loss, and a 20% if he loses in the middle of the ring, which is a possibility, Joe. You can't rule that out.
You know what? And that will be such a bad judgment because then you're going to make one champion look bad. Obviously, in this show, you have the World Tag Champs from different brands fighting each other. One loss to either is going to make them both look bad. Same thing with the secondary titles, IC and US. And then the World title. You don't want these guys to look bad coming back to their respected brands. But you know what? We're going to end the stream because Survivor Series is going to begin. And what we're going to do is we will talk about this. We will recap the pay-per-view after it's all over. And we're going to talk directly about the results, our ratings, what we thought of the show. But for now, everybody go over to facebook.com/groups/HWR chat room to check out all the latest news, rumors, and reports on wrestling and what we do. So check us out. We will be back, so definitely keep that up. Also, we forgot to mention one important thing tonight is the final farewell of The Undertaker. So that's going to be a big part of the show. Again, we're going to talk about that as well. So again, go check us out at HWR chat room in the group section on Facebook. And I am the Lord Skoldrin from Skoldrin's Realm, saying, well, we gotta go with this. He says, all right, Derek's got one more prediction. He says, what about the Undertaker go before we go? What about the Undertaker? I think Taker is gonna come out. In my opinion, he's gonna come out. He's gonna say his final farewell. He's gonna be interrupted. Somebody's gonna come out, and he's gonna have one final match before he goes, and this won't be until WrestleMania. Rick, we got a few 2 minutes left. What do you think? Derek says, what do we think about the Undertaker before we go off the air?
Honestly, if like I said, one more match may be a possibility, and if it is, who better would it be against his brother Kane?
All right, Lance, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. And I'm gonna say this: I just got there's about a 95% chance that another match is gonna happen with Taker, because in wrestling, two things never go off as planned: weddings and retirements.
Absolutely.
You know what? One other last thing with the possibility of the Undertaker match, the dream match everybody's been wanting is Sting, but I don't see it happening, unfortunately.
Well, also considering Sting is now, I guess, a free agent. So we have to see where that goes. All right, everybody, again, check us out after the WWE pay-per-view, and you can check that out on WWE Network. It is Survivor Series, and we will be back later on to give our recap of the pay-per-view. So with that, I'm going to say thanks for watching, and we will see you guys later.